Here are the ingredients. We got hand sanitizer grade ethanol. So what's nice about this is it's denatured with, I can't remember what it's called, but it's something that makes it very bitter. And I believe it's the same thing that they use to train dogs to not chew things, or babies to not eat their nails, or various things like that. So it's not denatured with methanol, and it's more affordable than food grade ethanol, or like 190 proof Everclear. So this stuff is great. I've been using it for all my alcohol projects. So anyway, here's our ingredients. We got ethanol, we got water, gum myrrh, and gum frankincense. Both of these are half soluble in water and half soluble in alcohol. So what that means is, I don't know if it's half and half, but half of it will dissolve in alcohol and half of it will dissolve in water. So what I'm going to do is put in this coffee grinder. I'm going to grind it up, and then I'm going to put half of it in water and half of it in alcohol, and then dry the remainers and switch it, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is create like a binder that's water soluble, made out of frankincense and myrrh, and a binder that's alcohol soluble, aka, I say aka a lot, but waterproof. The alcohol one will be waterproof. So you can create a nice finish with just these ingredients. We'll do the water soluble one first for like any sealing, and to not impact the color of your project, and then the alcohol soluble part will be more like a lacquer on top of it. It also works as a band-aid, and then you can do all the other things that you do with frankincense and myrrh in like health and body and home care. But anyway, let me get started. Put this here. Check out my holder. It's a cup. Throw it right in here. Frankincense. Looks like this. It's basically straight sap off the tree. Smells amazing. Myrrh. A little chunk of myrrh. That one's just gonna bounce around in there. You can see there's a little bark and dirt and stuff in here. I'm gonna do a little heavier on the frankincense just because myrrh is kind of, well, because of the project I'm making for. I'm making a yoga spray. All right. Okay, so I just finished grinding it up. When I open this, there's probably going to be some powder floating out. Maybe you could see it. All right, I need a couple containers. I'm going to use the don't need this much water, but that's that's okay. I'll do the water soluble part in here. Maybe that's about enough. So the water soluble part is going to dissolve into the water, and then a sticky gummy unsoluble part is going to sink down to the bottom. Sticks and anything that's in there will float. This is a way to get, and then what I'm going to do is make an emulsion. I'm going to mix the two together, the water soluble and the alcohol soluble parts together in the end. And it's going to give me all of the resins. Let's see. Pour this. I'm going to put a little more water in here. Let's wash down the sides. Okay. Now in this container, do that alcohol soluble stuff. So you can kind of get an idea of how, like, if you're using this as a wood finish, you would obviously filter it out, let it dissolve for a while, but like this one will be like a lacquer, so it'll change the color of the wood and be glossy. This one will be like most watercolor finishes where it won't change the color of the wood, and it's great for like treating a wood that likes to get blotchy before you put on a stain or a clear coat. So this will be like, they'll sell you that pre-treatment stain for woods like pine and maple that like to get blotchy, that absorb oil and other things kind of unevenly. So it's good to treat the surface first with like a weak water soluble binder, like gum arabic, which is in watercolor paints, or this is great because this will be the part that's not alcohol soluble. So then if I put an alcohol soluble lacquer over top of it, it's not gonna penetrate. So there we have, these will take, it's just like shellac. People are familiar with making their own shellac. I found that any of these tree gums behave in a very similar way, so you can make the same kind of cuts that you do with shellac. That's the alcohol to gum ratio. Although with this one you would use twice as much because it's only half alcohol soluble. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, and I'm gonna filter them, and then I'm gonna mix them, and it makes a really good hot yoga hand spray, because as you sweat, the water soluble parts will redissolve and get sticky, and the alcohol soluble parts will kind of create a little barrier on there so it just doesn't come off. I don't know, but it smells good, it works great, keeps your mat clean, and I'll be back. kind of subtle, but you know, the alcohol one gave it more of a change, and it's a little blotchier on these maple sticks, but check out this water soluble one. It like really smoothed it out. It's kind of a beautiful, just natural maple color. And yeah, just wanted to show you how I was mixing these a little more. All right, I'm gonna let that settle down, and then I'm gonna pour it off through the filters. And oh yeah, I also wanted to mention the reason why I just poured these a little. I had more in this one, and I had more water, and this isn't a critical kind of thing here. It's just yoga hand spray, so that's why you're seeing a lot more water than alcohol, but I wanted to add a little more alcohol just in case it was getting saturated. I want to pull out all the alcohol soluble stuff. All right. Here's the bottle I want to put it in. Little funnel. Paint strainer. This hasn't been sitting that long, but I'm in a bit of a rush because I got yoga class coming up. I want to make this. So here I'm going to do the alcohol part first. I'm going to just, what's it called, decant? I'm going to just try to pour off only the part that's dissolved in the alcohol. I think some of the water soluble gunk will come with it, but the gunk goes into the filter. I'm going to keep what's in the filter. Gunky stuff is coming. I'm gonna stop and let this evaporate. Got some like little rocks and dirt and stuff at the bottom. That might just be dirt, but it might also be water soluble stuff. And let this alcohol evaporate off of it, and then dissolve it in water. Let's add some water soluble stuff. See the alcohol soluble stuff, some to the bottom. Got the water soluble stuff floating around in solution. Alcohol, not the best cut for this. Okay. And there we have it. This is going to want to separate out a little bit without a so you're going to have to give it a shake every once in a while. But I also have a trick. If you add a little magnesium oil to it, which is great for your skin, and also I found helps with grip on yoga mats. It'll help emulsify it. So get like some Dead Sea magnesium salt solution. Put a little bit in there. I need to get some so I can do it. But there you have it. Now you have pure frankincense and myrrh, straight from the tree, dissolved and straight into the container. This can be used for so many things. Put it on, you know, I'm not a doctor, so whatever, but you can put it on cuts, scrapes, helps them heal. You can use it like a glue. You can use it as a wood finish. It smells amazing. You can use it to protect things. Yeah, waterproof. You can like waterproof your shoes with it, waterproof a coat. Use it like a, you know, waxed canvas. So, you know, it's kind of, you can eat it. I think. Yeah. So, you know, if you ever wondered why frankincense and myrrh were such good gifts, one of my theories is it was the wise men brought it actually for a couple reasons to help the mother heal. So if there were any wounds or tearing from birth, this can help sanitize it and prevent bacteria from getting in and help bind the skin together so it can heal. It's what trees use to heal. And it can just create, you know, a safer environment for a baby and a mother. So, all right, thanks. Just wanted to show me shaking it up a little bit. Giving it a spray. Seems to be pretty good. Doesn't feel like much. Feels like my hands are kind of wet for a second. Feels a little sticky. Once it dries, it gets a lot more sticky. Now my hands are real grippy. Look, I got a little cut there. Alcohol will sanitize it. The frankincense and myrrh is going to create a healing barrier over it. This stuff is amazing. I bet you could use it as like a hair gel. I would use just like the water soluble stuff. I wouldn't use the alcoholic stuff. But if you wanted it to last a little longer, you know, put a little bit of the alcohol soluble stuff in there, and you can shape your hair and it'll eventually come out. There you have it. The best yoga mat spray in the world. You know what might make it a little better, which is I'm going to do though, is I have a way to add gold to it. So we can have gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And the wisest spray on earth. Peace out.